Hey everybody, I'm Becky Adams and thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel today. Today we are going to create this autumn wreath layout using products from Simple Stories. We're going to use some Color Vibe products and a couple of things from the Harvest Market collection. If you would like to recreate this layout or find any of those products, they will be listed in the description box below. So the first thing I'm going to do is adhere this 11 by 11 square of Color Vibe warm white cardstock to my pattern paper background. And I cut that down to 11 by 11 and then I stitched around the edge of it with my sewing machine and white thread. Now I'm taking an 8-inch circle that I cut just out of some scrap cardstock. I keep that by my desk. It comes in handy every once in a while. So I just traced around the edges with a pencil, and then I'm going to start putting together the wreath shape. So I'm using these Color Vibe flower bits and pieces from Simple Stories. This is in the fall color scheme, and I've used almost the whole package, not quite. There are a few little bits left, but I created 4 flowers in each color just by layering the flower die cuts together. I did use some foam adhesive in between each of the layers so that this layout would have tons of texture and dimension. So now I'm just laying out those flowers in that circle wreath shape and making sure that I have 1, enough flowers, and 2, that the placement is how I want them before I start adhering everything. So I kind of adjust it a little bit before I start adhering, but it's really hard to adjust them before they're adhered, I guess. So I do have to go back and kind of fiddle with them after I have them adhered, and you'll see that here in just a minute. But I'm putting just 1 small pop dot underneath each of the flowers. The other thing that I did with these flowers to give them lots of texture and dimension was to gently bend all of the petals up. You can do this a couple of ways. You can bend the petals up, or you can bend some of the petals down and some of the petals up. Personally, I like it better when they're just going up instead of up and down. But it's total personal preference, and both give tons of texture and are really fun to play with. So at this point, I realize that I've got to do some adjusting to these flowers to make them all fit, because I do want 4 of all of the colors to be on the wreath, I guess. I don't want to leave any of those flowers out. So I just keep adhering kind of from another direction, because I want to have as many of the flowers adhered as I can before I start adjusting, if that makes sense. Because once again, it's hard when the flowers don't have any adhesive. They just go kind of shift all over the place. If you would like to, you can use repositionable adhesive. That's just a perfect personal preference. I don't like, I just don't like it, but it's totally up to you. So I took a minute off camera and just got all of those flowers placed exactly where I want them to, so that they each kind of have an even section and that they're where I want them. And then I'm going to adhere my photo. Remember that I've put 1 layer of foam adhesive on each section of the flower. So this wreath is really dimensional, and I needed to build up a little bit of dimension behind my photo, I guess behind the left side of my photo, so that the photo didn't sag there in the middle. So I just added 2 layers of foam tape on the left side of the photo. And then I'm working on my wreath a little bit more. So I'm taking their Color Vibe buttons, and before I started putting this layout together, I did thread them with just some white crochet thread and then put a pop dot on the back of each of those and then place them on some of the flowers. I didn't do every single flower on this one. It felt a little bit heavy when I did that. So I just did the one, I guess 2 buttons per section of flowers, except for the blue and green sections because they have the photo and title covering them. So again, I need to build up a little bit of dimension on this title so that it doesn't sag there with all of the dimension that I have with my flowers. So I just did another couple of layers of pop dots on the back of that foam sticker. That's a foam sticker from the Harvest Market collection. It just says autumn. I love this collection, but the fun thing about the Color Vibe collection is that they have these flowers and buttons and enamel dots and chipboard pieces in tons and tons of different colors. Again, I'll make sure and put a link in the description box below so that you can see all of the colors. But you could recreate this layout for, you know, every season of the year. For holidays, you could do like a black and white one. There's just so many options with the Color Vibe. I know that once you look at them, you'll want all the colors. So now that I have my colorful flowers in place, I wanted to add a little bit of greenery to balance things out. So I'm taking some of the leaves that came in the same package as the flower bits, and I'm just using one, I guess not on all of them, I'm using foam adhesive to place all of those, the leaves, the greenery. So on that little label there that came from the Harvest Market sticker book, it just says 2022, and I just took a label sticker and added the date from the number tile stickers that are in the same sticker book, so that I have the date of when this photo of my husband and I was taken. So I'm just putting in the last couple of leaves with pop dots, and then I am going to finish things up with some enamel dots. So I'll just take enamel dots and place them on either side, or excuse me, around the flowers and around the leaves. They add just a little bit of texture and dimension and are such a fun addition to this layout. So I've got some still shots here at the end that so you can see all of the details of this layout. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I would love to have you as a new subscriber. I upload videos here on my YouTube channel of scrapbooking and memory keeping and mini albums. So thank you so much again for stopping by, and I will see you again soon.